What was that one, Holly? What is that one? Yeah.
RPS 205 working state testing. I have slated to be used to, yeah, high school recycling.
Jefferson got from Rural County and took advantage of it.
Too many corners and comments.
MacRoss.com.
Mercury Backpack, Technologies at Rock Valley.
Jeff Jenkins, Rock District.
I need to thank all of our adjuncts, and a chunk of them are here today. We couldn't do this without them, and their expertise and service to our students has just been exemplary, and I feel fortunate as a chair to have our adjuncts working for us. So we really do appreciate all the hard work you put in. I want to thank Jennifer and Joan. Joan's upstairs. Jennifer couldn't do this job without them. They've been great. Rich Gogan, my associate dean, and my fellow colleagues. So it's always fun to get up and go to work, which is unusual a lot of times, so it's nice. Some of the news, I'm sure some of you have seen it in the newspaper and other things, but we're going to go through a transition here at Rock Valley. And Jack Becker, our college president, is set to retire in June of 2014. So he's got another year left, and then he's going to go on to greener pastures. And Diane Ninehammer is our vice president here, and she has taken a position with a neighbor just to the north of us at Blackhawk Tech. So we are going to be going through a transition period. We've got a new board of trustees coming in. They'll be searching for a college president, and now they'll be searching for a VP. And as if that isn't enough, we're also going through our higher learning accreditation, HLC, which is a 10-year, every 10-year visit where we get accredited again. So it's kind of a little bit disconcerting, but like in any organization, we will, soldier on and move on. So in terms of RVC news, we've got a new learning management system coming online starting summer of 2013. It's going to be infrastructure Canvas, and it's going to replace our Angel learning system. So that's pretty exciting. Actually, our Cisco networking academies worldwide, they picked that same system, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how that plays out. The other thing that happened with the Health Care Act coming into play now, Rock Valley College, along with most other, I think every other community college, at least in the state of Illinois, and there's a new adjunct policy where adjuncts can work 10 credit hours or less. So I've had a few adjuncts that work 12 hours. It used to be the max of 12 hours. So it's going to be a 10 credit hour. And I may be putting out feelers for more adjuncts. So if those of you that know people in, particularly in the programming areas, I may be looking for more people. So if you think of a name, it would be nice if you just drop me an email and I can make the contact and things like that. So I would appreciate it if you would do that. We have 2 new web certifications that got approved by the Illinois Community College Board. So Sylvia and Chuck and Ann Johnson helped design these. So the certificates are different than our AAS degree. A certificate is maybe a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 courses. So as a student goes through their program, if they get a certificate, that'll show up on their transcript. It's nice. We've had a few students that with those certificates showing on their transcripts, when they go out to apply for jobs, it helps them maybe put them at the top of the resume pile. So we've had a few students like that. In fact, one guy last year got a job with Comcast as a network engineer, and hey Don, how you doing? This is Don from Carter from Rockford Christian. So glad you could make it. It's all right. You can go get breakfast too. So it's around the corner. So anyways, we've got 2 new certificates that got approved. So a web design certificate and a web development certificate. So that's good for our students, and hopefully it'll help get them into the job market. The other thing we did, Stephanie worked very hard, and Ann Johnson had wanted to do this for a while, and a Microsoft Windows Server certificate. So with these 3 courses, Active Directory, Windows Server, and Windows Infrastructure, they'll have a Microsoft Server certification that they can put on their resume and in their transcripts. So that's been nice, and hopefully with these completers, because a lot of our students, some of them, are not necessarily going for an AAS degree. They're maybe just plugging holes in their knowledge base. It's kind of nice that they can put these on their resume. Sylvia, do you want to talk a little bit about CIS, my IT?
My IT lab has gone well over with the students. They are offering a new version of my IT lab starting this fall, but we have to move to August 2013 base. We won't have the install files, which have created lovely issues for students with Windows 8 and IB 10. So we're trying to get the quote done for the custom line on that. So we're going to stay with the current stuff through summer, and then in fall we'll do the transition. So with both Canvas and this, so we're going to take a double learning curve there. But overall, for the students, response has been good. They like the immediate feedback. Talking to Deb in the lab, the number of questions there from students has gone down, which is good given the ups and downs as to the background of our student workers. Got a comment from one of my online students, very well organized. My IT lab, I think, is part of it. So overall positive. We've got a few that get some roadblocks in part with the technical, so I'm hoping to see if there's less hurdles to overcome at the start with the new platform.
Good. We also have some news that's not necessarily Rock Valley College, but John Voss, who teaches at Stillman Valley. You want to share your news, John?
Yeah, through our Cisco program, I have 2 students that are that entered the NetWriters competition, which is a Cisco competition for networking, and they took first place in the first round. Second round, now they've taken first place in Illinois, excuse me. Then second round, they've taken first place in Illinois. We beat out Palos Hills. And they're second, and so we're this Friday we'll be competing nationally. There's 79 teams, U.S. and Canada.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah, that's neat.
wish them luck.
Yeah.
Look for us in the paper.
Yeah.
Where are you
Good
guys
luck.
traveling to, by the way?
Well, it's Cisco, so there is no travel.
Okay.
It's a WebEx.
Okay.
They'll set up a WebEx, and everything's done virtually
Okay.
online in the classroom.
Cool.
That's neat. And they're tough. They're really tough competitions. So that's good. Congratulations. Our PCTR IP Telephony 2 has been revamped, so I finally got Call Manager, and we're running it in a virtual environment. So our students, originally all we did was, not all, but we would teach them how to run Call Manager Express, so running it on a router platform. And now the second class, we've integrated Call Manager, and we run it inside of VMware Workstation, and they're using the full-blown Call Manager. I was able to get a license from SigmaNet for very cheap, and that's been pretty good. And I'm going to go up for training up in Madison this upcoming May for a week to learn a bit more about it. So I'd like to add more to it, but that's been pretty exciting. So if you want to spread the word to anybody, we offer that once a year, and it's the full-blown Call Manager, which is nice. Chuck, you want to do?
Yeah. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. How you doing? I'm going to go over Facebook, my Receive, iOS course, and future thoughts. So the iOS course for this semester was sold out, which is great. I was just telling Jim, I was here, like they're doing their final projects right now. They're groups of 2 or 3, and the last two weeks they've been doing their project work. And I was thinking, well, I'll get out here early since it's project work. I'll just come in and leave maybe an hour early before class is over. They'll be all done. No, I was here till 10:30 last night and last Monday night. But they've got some great ideas. I'm going to show you a screenshot here in just a second. I thank Stephanie for helping me on some of the testing for the apps. Fall semester still have some openings, and it's normal numbers right now, I believe, for fall. Students generally don't register for the elective type courses till June or July. So I'm doing major advertising. If you know me already, I'm already advertising out the wazoo for this course for the fall. But there is some fall openings if you're interested. I have had some local businesses contact me, about 4 of them, sending folks to the iOS development course, and where they can build their own iPhone, iPad apps for their environment. And it's called an enterprise license, to where you can publish your apps internally and not have to worry about the App Store at all. You just develop your apps internally for your folks in-house, and so a lot of companies are going that route. Students create a completed app each semester. This semester is our very first one. In the fall, though, I'm asking for businesses to, or schools or any entity that's interested in, for students creating project level apps for local businesses. So if you know of anyone, or you yourself would like one, get with me, email me, get with me before you leave today, and I'll get your information and get started on that. Here's one of the apps I wanted to highlight. It's called Cool Drop Photo. You might be familiar with a service called Dropbox. It's an app that basically students created to take a photo, save it to the Dropbox in both a PNG format and a PDF format. The PDF format will actually has a hyperlink in the PDF to go to Google Maps and put a pin on Google Maps of that exact GPS coordinate of where they were located at the time the photo was taken. And so these first 2 screens, the first screen on the left is how the app looks. You'll notice at the bottom the geo coordinates. This was actually this morning. And then on the right is some of the files. CISAdvisory are the PNG and PDF file taken this morning. Here's a picture of Jim, which you didn't know I took, I don't think, up there. And exactly. And then you can click on the CISAdvisory text or picture, and then it brings you to the Google map and puts a pin drop right in the GPS coordinates. So that's just one of the 20 apps that have been created this semester that I thought I'd highlight one of them. So pretty awesome apps that students are creating, and and I told them, remember me when they make their first $1 million, so on their app. Okay, let's switch to the MyRBC website. We've had exactly 1,254 visitors since January 15th of this year. We've had 6 jobs connected, students connected with jobs since 1/30 of this year, and we've got 2 in the hopper right now where students are going through interviews right now. And if you're not familiar with the myrbc.org, it's just a website we created as a division to connect students with employers, connect students with advisors like Jim to help them with their course selections. And so it's been real helpful. And in tandem with this site is also a Facebook page that I'll show you in a second, that give more stats on that. But basically it promotes new courses, which, like the iOS course was used to promote Stephanie's courses, I believe, for this last semester was promoted on that. And as soon as it's posted on the website as a new promotion, it's also marketed and spread out to Facebook and our Twitter page as well. And students within minutes, once they get a new job alert, are applying immediately. And so, you know, with 6 jobs doesn't sound like a lot, but in the economy, I'm pretty positive about that. I'm pretty excited about that. So one student, in fact, has been out of work for 2 years that just got a job this semester. And so that was pretty encouraging. And so it connects them to employers, connects them to advisors on the website. If you've not been there, go ahead, visit it. Here is our screenshot of our Facebook page. We have like 117 likes. I like that we have one in Bolivia and one in Zimbabwe. That's the only 2 I really care about, is those 2. So that's kind of cool. The guys are beating the gals as far as numbers here. We got 57% male and 42. I don't know where the 0.6 come from, or the 0.4, but I won't go there. But pretty cool on stats. It's going. We have about 5 new likes a week, something like that. So it's getting there. Now here's the thought I had, and I talked to Jim about this. I want to kind of give you guys a seed here to think about. Is social media. A lot of businesses are asking for students to have experience in social media platform, and there's really no colleges or universities around here anyway that focus on that. And I teach digital photography, and I've noticed over the years iteration from film to digital to now mobile phones. Most people use mobile phones to take photos and immediately post them to social media. I started noticing that there a shift about 1.5 years ago. But I talked to a number of businesses that have a need for social media experience from a student perspective, as a hiring perspective. And so I looked on the web and talked to some other folks, and here's some of the items that could be covered in a social media certificate. Facebook for sure, advertising, which would include business classes, strategies and marketing would all be businesses. Advertising, strategy, marketing would be kind of like business courses, I'm guessing. And then programming basics. The most programming languages in social media are PHP for the most part. And so that would be, an option. And so that's something to think about and to mull over, and give me your emails or thoughts on social media from your perspective. And then maybe you can email me on ideas that you've got as well for social media. The university I graduated from, Drury University in Springfield, when I Googled social media degree, they were the first one to come up, Drury University, which was totally blew me away. I was like, really? But anyway, what they're doing is it's like a 6-day symposium, face-to-face, and covering all the areas I mentioned in the slide before. And at the end of that 6-day symposium, you get a certificate in social media, and it's master's level. And so we could actually do an 8-week thing. I don't know. I was just thinking out loud, because I know we have 8-week courses that we have, and so we could cover all those bases in an 8-week platform, I believe. And so that's my little spill.
Yeah,
and
I think near the end we do breakout groups. That's
Yeah.
one of the ones we should investigate.
Yeah.
It's an interesting, remember some marketing people talking
Yeah.
one time and saying, I wish those students knew a little. They know traditional marketing, but
Right.
the social media
Exactly.
skills, they needed more of that.
Yep.
So more of a technical.
Right. So that's all I've got. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. There's my email. You can email me if you have any questions. Bless you.
Chuck was very gracious. He says we developed the website, the CIS division, but it was Chuck, so we have to thank him for doing that, myrbc.org, because that's his baby, and he's put a lot of work into that. Other news, we've got courses that have just started or are being